All right, you're looking at a 2023 T120 Triumph Bonneville. Since it's March in Montana and it's snowing outside, I thought it'd be a good time to just give an initial owner's review and talk a little bit about some of the upgrades I've done with this thing. I've actually had it about 3 months, and at this point I really only have about 150 miles on it. So the weather has not cooperated, but it's given me an opportunity to wrench on it a little bit in the garage, play with it a little bit on a few of the sunny days, get it out, run it. And as you can probably tell by looking at it, I've kind of added some things to this Bonneville that have a focus on kind of some limited touring. So far with 150 miles on this thing, I can tell you I really love it. I owned a Triumph 1200 XE Scrambler before this one, and I liked that bike. I did not like frying my leg on it, on the pipes, and it was a 34.5-inch seat height, which I never dropped it, but it was close a few times. And it's a heavy bike. And this is just such a comfortable bike to ride. I mean, like the Scrambler, the 1200 Scrambler, the best thing about this bike is just the engine clutch transmission relationship. It is one of the smoothest and nicest riding bikes I have ever ridden in my life. And I'm 64 years old, so I've had a lot of bikes and done a lot of things, and I just think that I can say pretty honestly that even after 150 miles, this is a bike I'm gonna keep. I'm really excited about getting up in the mountains in the Pacific Northwest and riding this thing a little bit this summer. Summer in Montana really doesn't start till June, but it's the end of March here and it's snowing outside, so I thought it'd be a good time to make a video. But I test rode the Speedmaster, the Speed Twin. I owned the Scrambler, and when I got on this bike and test rode it, I test rode a black one, but it just felt like after 100 yards that I had ridden it 1,000 miles, and it was just very, very comfortable. It's incredibly easy to ride. Let's see, it's got about a 32.5-inch seat height, and gosh, it just runs. It's got plenty of power, incredibly smooth. The transmission is butter smooth. I mean, I just really never expected these parallel twins to be this smooth. And I'm not gonna go through all the horsepower specs. There's plenty of that on the internet. But I tell you, the limited amount of time I've ridden this bike, I mean, it just feels so comfortable and it's so good. I mean, I grew up, in the 70s with a KZ 650, and I had some friends of mine with the older Triumph Bonneville 650s, and they were nice bikes, but we started in Corvallis, Oregon, and ran to the coast, and they were usually broke down halfway or at the coast, or had to put it on a trailer and bring it back. They were cool. They looked cool at the bar or at the coffee shop, but they just weren't reliable. And this thing just have a sense that it's gonna be very reliable. The fit and finish on these new Triumphs is just second to none. It is just amazing. My Scrambler was the same way. I just loved that, the fit and finish, the quality, and never had a problem with it. It was just a joy to ride for sure, except for the things that I mentioned. So let me tell you a little bit about my modifications that I've made without trying to contaminate the retro genre of this bike. And I failed in a couple of spots, but we will see. You can put something in the comments if you think I've made a mistake on it, but it's got to function also. So first off, the first thing I did was put a center stand on it. Doesn't come with a center stand. I don't know why, but I can't have a chain drive bike without a center stand. So I bought a center stand. That went on pretty easily. You can see I got a small windscreen on it. This is a Dart Marlin windscreen. It went on really easy. It's not very expensive. I vacillated over the Madstad windscreen that's got great reviews on it. A couple guys on the internet have really enjoyed it, but it's pretty expensive and it looked a little more intrusive than I really wanted this thing to be. So I've ridden this about 40 miles with this windscreen on it, and it probably breaks 60 to 70% of the wind off my chest. It makes a big difference, there's no question about it, but it's not like a big fairing. And I'm sure the Madstad windscreen breaks a lot more wind. But I like it, I like the look. I put these SW Motec bags on it. They were easy to mount. They're only 13.5 liters, but I got room on the back to tie a dry bag on if I have to. So I think that'll work out good. I mean, I think it goes with the Jandra. I think it looks good. I didn't want the big fiberglass panniers on there. And I got the grab rail. I put that on with the extended rack on the back. They're Triumph parts and they're way too expensive, but they're quality and they went on pretty easily. I did like that. Although I only had 150 miles on the bike, I could tell pretty quickly that the seat was not going to be adequate for long distance travel. So I bought this King Queen seat from Triumph, and it just pops right in. There's really no installation. And I can swap the other one back out in 2 seconds. But I mean, it's just so much more comfortable. I've got about 40 miles on it. Not like that's a lot of miles, but it is really comfortable. And I think it's gonna make a big difference for longer rides. Now, I went a little bit off on the Jandra here with this thing. Let's see if I can turn this on. But I did get the Garmin Zumo XT2 GPS, and I hate tank bags, but I got this Moscow Moto tank bag that is pretty convenient for me to put a cell phone in, put a knife in, pull my GPS off and stick it in there to kind of keep it out of sight and mind if I stop for coffee or something like that. It doesn't go with the Jandra. It's a little bit off, but the reality is it's super handy. So I don't know if I'm going to keep it on there or not, but right now it's working good. It's maybe form follows function, but we'll see. But anyway, that's my update right now with 150 miles on it. I love it. I love the sound. I love the transmission, the smoothness of this bike. It's amazing. If you haven't test ridden one, you should give it a try. But I looked long and hard to find this color combination. I really didn't want the graphite or the black. I mean, there's a lot of those out there, and I wasn't interested in the Elvis Presley version or any of that. But I like this color combo, and I think it suits me well right now. And now all I gotta do is get rid of the snow and get out in the Pacific Northwest and do some riding. So I hope you're doing well. Hope you enjoyed the video, and throw a comment, in the comment section if you like. Other than that, ride safe. Have a great day.